Hello, and welcome back to another open mic night. I'm so glad you guys made it back. In this week's show, we talk about the changes to this show, we talk about Patreon, we talk about some news, I give you a tips of the week, and that's going to about do it for this week. Stick around. All right, so welcome back. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad that finals are done, that school is over, and I can just talk to you guys. This is what I really want to be doing. This is the fun stuff. This is what I like doing. But anyways, welcome back. This is Open Mic Night. My name is Mike Wieger, for you guys who don't know. Maybe some of you guys are joining us for the first time, and I'm glad to have you. This is a show. It's a product of WiegerTech.com. It's pretty much my weekly live show. It's also available in podcast form, and it's just the time where I just get to talk to you guys. I get to talk about some news. I get to give you guys some stuff that I like, some things I call the picks of the week, and then we just go over some stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a good time, and then, like I said, I'm glad to be back. I took a month and a half hiatus from this to focus on schoolwork, so I am glad to be back. Glad to be talking to you guys. And if I look over to this side, sorry, I'm kind of like you saw, I had that intro video, and I'm working with some new software here, so I keep looking over to my computer to make sure everything's running all right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can see me. Like I said, I'm running some new software, so hopefully it works, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So, first things first, let's talk about some changes. So, WiegerTech.com, I really want to take this to the next level. I want to make sure that these stay weekly. I don't want to miss any weeks. And I also want to make sure I keep making tutorial videos for you guys. Actually, my most successful videos is not actually the open mic nights. My most successful videos on YouTube are my tutorials. And so I'm going to be making some more of those for you guys. And I am adding a new set of videos. They're going to be called Tidbits. The name I was just thinking of, okay, what technology, bits, bytes, tidbits, small videos, tidbits. It just worked. That's how I came up with the show. So Tidbits is going to be a new section of videos on my website, and they're going to be small little videos that aren't formal enough for an open mic night. Maybe some material that I wouldn't really talk about in open mic night. And it's not really a tutorial or a teaching video. They're things that I want to talk about with you guys. Maybe it's an interview with someone I've really wanted to interview. Or maybe it's the fact that I show you guys my local fishing hole. I like to fish. Maybe you guys didn't know that about me. Little things like that. So stay on my YouTube video. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's pretty simple. If you guys are watching this on WiegerTech.com, you can actually click on the video that you're watching right now. Or if you're already in YouTube, great, you can hit the subscribe button. Go on over to YouTube, click on a video of mine, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And lets me know kind of how many people I have watching what certain types of videos. But yeah, go hit that subscribe button, and you'll be getting all my tidbits videos, my tutorials, and also my open mic nights. Pretty cool. All right, and the next change, it's kind of a big change. It's something that I really wanted to do for a while. I have been struggling to think of a way to cover the cost of producing these videos and running my website. And as a student, and I just have a part-time job while I'm in college, obviously I just need to find a way to do that. I said, well, what do I like to do? I like to pay people when they give me quality content. I like to trade, if someone's giving me quality content and I'm loving it, I like it, I watch it on a regular basis, I like to contribute to them. I like, they deserve something for that. And so what I decided to do is I decided to go on Patreon. So Patreon, however you say it, is a website. It's www.patreon. And I'll kind of show you guys a little bit of what it looks like right here. So this is kind of just the website. This is what my page is going to look like for you guys. What this site allows me to do, it allows you guys to go on and pretty much donate on a per month basis. So don't worry. All my YouTube videos, all my tutorials, all my open mic nights, every single bit of content I create is going to be still on YouTube for free. So if you just watch these every now and again, if you're watching this for the first time and you're like, I don't even know this guy, why would I give him any money? That's fine. Keep watching my content. I love everyone. I want you to just keep watching my videos and do that. That's great. But what I found is I had a lot of people, first of all, that asked, hey, Mike, how can I contribute to your show? And I said, I don't really have a way yet. and I've helped people. I've done one-on-one personal technology help over the internet with some certain people, and I've never charged money just because I like doing this. It's a hobby of mine. It's a passion, and I really didn't want to charge, and I'm still not going to charge. But what I'm doing is giving you guys the option to donate to the show. So Patreon is a website that lets me do that. So what we're going to do is I have had an overwhelming amount of email questions from you guys, which is great. I have people asking about Xbox. I have people asking about Apple stuff. I have people asking about their network, which is great. I love getting emails, and I really wish I could get a timely response out to everyone. That would be my goal, is to be able to help everyone out. But like I said, being a college student, having a job, it just doesn't allow me to get to everyone. And I want to be able to focus on some of the emails and really give it my full attention. So what I'm doing is on Patreon, if you become a Patreon donor to me for $1 a month, one tiny little candy bar for a month, $1 a month, you can email me as much as you want. You guys will actually get a special email address just for Patreon subscribers that you can email to, and I will get back to you within the hour. Now, of course, that might be a little different if you email me during my beauty rest at night. Obviously, it might have to wait till the morning when I wake up. But from normal hours, I'd say from about 7 a.m. to about 10, 11 o'clock at night, I will respond to your email within the hour, hopefully helping you out with your question. So for $1 a month, you get unlimited email access to me, and I will be sure to get back to you within the hour, if not within the next morning if it's late at night when you email me. I'm in the Central Time Zone, by the way, for those of you, if we have anyone watching where it would be daytime when it's nighttime here. But so that is the $1 a month plan. Okay, and like I said, the videos are going to stay free, so don't feel like you have to subscribe. I'm just throwing this out there for you guys if you want to give back. Next step up is the $5 a month plan. So for $5 a month, for the cost of equivalently one of your nicer Starbucks drinks, for $5 a month, you can set up as many Skype sessions or FaceTime or Google Hangouts, whatever type of video chat you want to do with me, and I will walk you through things. I can teach you how to do certain things on the Apple computer. I can help you troubleshoot, and what I love face-to-face interactions with people. And really, if I could give it to everyone, I would. And just like you're seeing on video, this is why I do video, because I think you learn best when you can see someone doing it and helping out. So for $5 a month, you can email me and we'll set up a Skype time, and you can do that pretty much as many times as you want during the month. And it can be about any Apple product you want. I'm really trying to focus on Apple products. I'll try and help you out with anything else, but really my primary focus, my primary knowledge base is with Apple products. So there we go. So you can Skype me as much as you want. You can just Skype me and talk to me if you need a friend. It's your $5 a month. You can get what you want out of it. And so that is the $5 a month plan. Now for the $25 and up, if you donate to me $25 a month or up on Patreon, I will give you my phone number. And I know that sounds crazy, and people out there are going to be like, that's stupid. It's not a good idea. Why would you give out your cell phone number? Well, I think that if people are willing to give me $25 a month, if my content and my help, if people think that that's worth it for them for $25, I think they should have my cell phone number, and you guys can call me at any time, and I will most likely pick up. If I can't, you guys got to know I have class and work. I will call you back within the hour. Now, this is the same rules as the email. Obviously, if it's at night during my beauty sleep, I will call you back the next day. But for $25 and up, you have my phone number. You can call me, and the scenario I picture in this situation is I don't want to write out an email. I can't schedule a time to Skype you. But hey, I've been paying Mike $25 a month. When I have a tech problem right now, I need it fixed. And I'm going to call him, and my cell phone, guys, is always on me. And if it's not on me, it's right by my bedside when I'm sleeping. And I take it on vacation with me. I take it everywhere, and I will do my best to always answer that phone. So those are the three options, and that's Patreon. I don't want to focus on this too much, but it's something brand new that I just started. And so let me give you guys the website there. It is patreon.com/WiegerTech. But also, if you guys just go to WiegerTech.com, it's in the links right there. Right on the left-hand side, if you click Patreon, it'll take you right to this website, and you guys can donate. It takes a card, and it's a secure transaction, secure website. Patreon, this website, it was just started for people like me, for small individuals who I can't go out and get the big advertisers to come in for my show. They just don't want to deal with a bunch of small people. But the people that do care about the show are the people that watch it. So if you get quality content and you want to donate, that's what Patreon is for. That's what it's created for. It's kind of a new website, a new technology, and so that's what that is. So let's get that out of the way. I realized I thought I was looking at you, and I looked over, and I still had the website up. So that's what Patreon is. So since I wasn't looking you right in the eye when I said that, thank you so much for what you guys have done for me. You guys have really, all my viewers, if you are watching this video, you've obviously seen some of my other shows and you've watched, and I really like you guys. Thank you for all the emails. Thank you for everything. And like I said, that's why I'm keeping all my videos for free, because I really love the YouTube community. I love the community that's been on my website. It's just fantastic. One more change is that in the coming weeks, I'm not sure if it's going to be next week or the week after, I'm going to add a live chat room to the page of my website. So if you guys saw the link, WiegerTech.com/live, that is always going to be when my live show is, every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. And there will be now, hopefully next week, maybe the week after, a chat room underneath for all the people that are watching live. And I will try and keep an eye on that chat room once I have it. Maybe answer some questions during the show, kind of go back to when I started this open mic night, what it used to be. It used to be kind of a question and answer sort of format with people would write YouTube comments, which YouTube comments are still more than welcomed. But I'm going to add a little chat room, so that way you guys can chat about stuff. You guys can tell me how weird my views on this new technology are, on the news story, and all that. So that's what that's going to be. But that's it for the changes. Enough for the changes of the site. Jeez. It's summertime. We don't need any more change. Let's enjoy our summer. And yeah, so that's enough for the changes. So let's just talk about some news. Now, I have been gone. I have not done a show for a month and a half. So it has been a long, long time since we have talked about news. And I'm not going to try and cover the news for the past month and a half. I'm sure you guys found other outlets to pursue that news when I was in here. Actually, one of you emailed me saying, so I had to go out, look to their website and kind of get some tech news and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to you coming back, which thank you for that email, by the way. It made me feel good that you wanted me back. But let's jump into the news. The news story that I kind of want to cover is, it's not really a specific news story. It covers a lot of different companies. It's all about wearables. And for those of you who maybe do listen to some other tech shows or do read a lot of news, wearables have been in the news ad nauseum. But I think they're a lot of fun. Now, when I say wearables, for those of you guys don't know, it's this new, relatively new sector of technology that companies are making of devices that you can wear. It can be a smartwatch. You guys might have a fitness tracker that you wear, a Fitbit or something like that, or a Nike Fuel Band. That's a wearable. It's a computer. It's on your wrist. Technically, a watch even would be a wearable, but we're talking about some more advanced wearables. So some smartwatches. We're talking about Google Glass. If you guys haven't seen the glasses from Google that have the little viewfinder right here and it has a camera on it, and it can interact with your phone. Apple has yet to release their wearable. Now, you guys know how much of an Apple fanboy I am. Obviously, I talk about them a lot. Now, when are they going to come out? What is it going to be? People love to speculate about Apple, and so do I. I love to think about it. What are they going to do? Now, everyone is speculating. I'm sure you guys have heard, and if you haven't, everyone's talking about an iWatch. So the iWatch, obviously iPhone, iPad, it's going to be an i something, right? Who knows? But they're talking about a watch with a display that connects to your phone, and they're thinking that Apple, well, it's pretty much proven that Apple has been hiring a lot of top health-related talent, a lot of doctors, a lot of people like that, a lot of engineers that focus on health-related stuff. So they're thinking that Apple's next wearable is really going to be a health monitor. It's going to be some sort of device that maybe monitors your heartbeat, maybe gives you some other readings of your body, but who knows? This is what I love about Apple, is everyone will predict and predict and predict what they think Apple's going to do, and a few of them will be right, but Apple always, with these new product lines, tends to blow us away, and usually in a way we don't realize yet. They'll bring out features and we're all kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Some of us are like, wow, that's amazing. Usually I'm thinking that. And then usually once we get the product in our hand, actually, that's when we find out that they were really innovative. So I'm not even sure if Apple's going to do an iWatch, if it's going to be a glass, if it's going to be a necklace, if it's going to be something. Everyone's just saying iWatch because that's what we're used to. When people wear any sort of electronic, it's been a watch in the past. That's just what we're used to. So that's why we think it's going that way. But who knows if Apple's going to totally rock the boat and give us something completely new. There was actually a story that was brought up that was half true, half not true. Someone shared that Apple is making new earbuds that can monitor your heart rate, and it's going to connect to your Lightning adapter instead of your headphone adapter, and it's going to be part of this new fitness sort of Apple stuff. Now, part of that story was untrue. The guy who actually published it doesn't work for Apple, doesn't work for Nike, doesn't work for anything like that. He was kind of lying. But Apple does have some patents, apparently, that relate to this in-ear technology that might be able to do some sort of health monitoring. They do have some patents like that, so who knows? Then again, Apple has patents for literally everything, and a lot of them they don't use. Some of them they use, but they sue over all of them. That's a joke for another time. Anyway, but what do we want from wearables? That's where I was kind of going with this, is what do we want out of a wearable? I've never been a watch guy. I was for a little bit, but I don't wear a watch on a normal basis. I wear some necklaces sometimes, but not often. And my earbuds, I definitely don't have in my ears pretty much ever. I'm usually listening to my music on my computer speakers, my car speakers. I'm not a headphone guy. I don't like them in my ears. I don't, even when I run, I don't really listen to music too much. I'm kind of weird that way, and I know I'm odd. But even for everyone, you're not going to have your headphones in all the time, so you don't want that to be your main source of being a health monitor. So I'm thinking Apple's going to have something that is always on you, that's going to connect to your phone, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be headphones. They might have the headphones that do it, but that's not going to be the primary source. What I want from a wearable is I want a small, unintrusive device. It can be a watch. I'm just going to say watch because that's the only thing I can fathom right now. I'm not Apple. I can't think of really cool stuff like they do. But I'm going to say a watch. And I want it to be small. I don't want it to be big. I don't like, if you guys have seen the Samsung Galaxy Gear watches and stuff like that, those are pretty big. Even the Pebble has been kind of a watch that gives you displays when you get a text message and tells you when you have a call coming in, things like that. But I want mine to be relatively small. I want it to get just enough information to me that I don't have to get my phone out of my pocket. Now, a lot of people, when they're talking about these wearables, the argument is, you have your phone, it's in your pocket. How hard is it to take your phone out of your pocket and look? If you guys have ever heard of Brian Brushwood, Schwood on Twitter, go check him out. Go Google Brian Brushwood. He's a magician, but he's also a big tech guy. And he was talking about, and if you every time you take your phone out of your pocket, he calculated that takes about 5 seconds. And whereas he wears the Pebble watch, and every time he gets a notification, he just looks at it. It's a glance. Excuse me, got a little cough. Every time he looks at it, it's a glance. It's not even half a second, I would say. Just seeing what it is. And so, for me, that's what I want. And I don't, taking the phone out. First of all, it's kind of, when someone's talking to you and you're pulling your phone out. Yeah, looking at a watch is kind of bad too, but you can look at a watch a lot quicker than you can pull something out. So if I get a call or a text and I just want to see if it's something that I need to instantly react to, I'm just going to look at my watch. So I want something very small, though. Something that just gets them out, maybe who's calling, maybe who's texting. Even if it was just enough of who is texting me, that sometimes can tell me if I need to answer it right away. You got those people in your life, I know you all do, that when they text you or when they call you, they expect a response back quick. And then you also got those people that text you, they can wait about 10 minutes, or they can wait 2 minutes until you're done with the conversation you're in. So that's really what I want from a wearable standpoint. Something small, unintrusive, but that does let me know what's going on my phone that's in my pocket or that's on my desk across the room and stuff like that. And I think it'll be good. I think Apple will really surprise us. Now, the release date and the announcement, no one knows when that's happening. Everyone's speculating. They were speculating it was going to be at WWDC, the Worldwide Developers Conference by Apple. But that's not, I don't think it's going to be announced then. I think they'll wait and do a bigger announcement with that, maybe in the fall when they typically do their iPhones or iPads. That's what I think. I think that'll be usually a fall announcement item for that. So, Apple, wearables, might be coming this fall, might not, who knows, but what do we want anyway? None of us know. We don't know what we want. Apple tells us what we want, now that I think of it. They really do. I mean, I didn't know I wanted an iPhone. I didn't even know I wanted a smartphone. I was very happy with the flip phone that texted that was indestructible. And but who knows? Now I couldn't set my iPhone down for, more than a day now. But that's what it is. But the next story about Apple and the rumor mill again, more like the wearables, is about the Apple TV. And that they are going to open the Apple TV up. If you guys have an Apple TV, or even if you don't, you guys know that the Apple TV is a pretty locked down device. You get the apps on it that Apple and their the people that they're working with put on. You got stuff like, you got History Channel, Hulu, Netflix, the basics, and then you got some other weird ones that I've never, Crunchyroll and stuff like that I haven't even looked at too much. But it's not very open. You can't just put an app on your Apple TV, and people can't develop for it. And so the rumor is, though, that Apple is going to be releasing an SDK to the developers, and the developers are going to be able to write apps for the Apple TV. Now, this would be great. My Apple TV is hooked up to my biggest screen in my room. I have my iMac, and then I have my TV. My TV is the biggest screen I have. Why not have a device that can connect to that, and we can work with apps and do things? They're thinking maybe it's going to have a controller, kind of like the Amazon Fire TV, or Amazon, I think it's Fire TV. That sounds about right. But maybe it's like that, where Amazon just came out with a box that has a controller, and you can play games on it, and the remote has a microphone. You can ask it things. So the new Apple TV, things that they're thinking, it might have a controller. It's going to definitely, probably be developed by developers for apps and things like that. And then third, they're thinking maybe a new type of remote. The typical Apple TV remote is a slim little metal remote, or you can use your iPhone. And that's kind of the argument is, will Apple go with a brand new remote like the Amazon product did, or will they use their iPhones and iPads to be the remote? There was some statistic, and I'm not even going to say a percentage, but a large percentage of Apple TV owners have some iOS device also. It's just kind of known that the people that have Apple TVs are people that already have some sort of iPhone or iPad or iPod Touch in their possession. So Apple could utilize that. The iPhone and the iPod Touch, they all already have microphones on them. They have cameras on them. They have the remote app that you can use to control it. So who knows? But that's kind of in the Apple rumor mill. Next week, we're going to talk about the rumors for the iPhone 6. I am going to come out with a rumor mill kind of roundup for that, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm thinking on the iPhone 6 and see. But I didn't have that today, and I didn't really want to get into that on my first episode back, because iPhone rumors can get a little crazy. No one really knows what's happening. So that's going to be next week. So stay tuned for the next week's iPhone 6 rumor roundup. So that kind of concludes my news section. I was going to keep it short today. I was going to kind of stick to those rumors and stuff like that because I have been gone for a month and a half. Next week, we'll start doing my regular recap of the week in tech. But since I had a month and a half, I couldn't really recap it. That's a long time. So I decided just to go with some rumors instead for the news for you guys this week. So my tip of the week this week, to kind of finish up, my tip of the week is a battery saving tip for your iPhone. Now, for my iPhone, I have some apps that really like to use my Passbook. My number one app that uses my Passbook and that I use Passbook for is Starbucks. You can load your gift cards or a credit card into Starbucks, and you can actually open those cards via Passbook, and you can use them to pay at Starbucks. Now, the one feature that Starbucks turns on kind of by default, and if your location services for Passbook are on, is that when you get close to your favorite Starbucks stores, anywhere close, when I'm driving down the street past my favorite Starbucks, my Passbook was alerting me on my phone saying, hey, you're close to your Starbucks. Do you want me to open the Passbook? Do you want me to open your card for you so you can pay right away? And that's a great feature, and some of us like that. But what I found is that it wasn't worth the battery drain. Your phone's kind of always looking for that Starbucks. Your phone's kind of waiting for one of those notifications to say, yeah, I'm close. And that kind of drains the battery a little bit. So the tip I'm going to give you guys this week is to go into your settings on your iPhone and to go to privacy. This is a hidden little part of it, but go to privacy. Go to your location services, and it's fine if your location services are on, but what you want to do is go through and make sure that the apps that are turned on are apps that you actually use location for. For me, Facebook, I don't use Facebook location. I don't add my location in when I post. I turn that off. That was a huge battery saver. But the biggest battery saver for me was turning location services off for the Passbook app. So go in there, turn locations and services off for Passbook. You can still use your Passbook. You can still use your credit card. It just won't have the feature of alerting you when you're in the store or around the store where you have a Passbook card ready. So if you like that feature and it's worth it for you and you're using it a lot and you don't mind the battery drain, if you always have a charge around, keep it on because it is a cool feature. But for those of you like me who we go away from our chargers in the morning and don't come back to them until night and we need our phone to last all day, it's a really good way to save some batteries. So that is my tip of the week, a quick Apple tip. And that is pretty much going to do it for the show. So I know I said for the Patreon subscribers, you guys can email me, but I love interacting with you guys on Twitter. So feel free to tweet at me. It's at @MWieger. And I love tweeting with people. It's one of my favorite ways to communicate. I think it's a lot of fun. I think you can get a lot of, when I'm tweeting with someone else can jump in the conversation. I really like it. So tweet at me, ask me some questions, or tell me what you like or didn't like about the show or my changes. Rant at me for my wearable wants, or rant at me for, Patreon or whatever. I don't know. Do something. It's kind of fun. Tweeting's fun. And then also, obviously, if you guys aren't there already, check out my website. That's WiegerTech.com. You can find all my tutorials there. You can check out my other podcast. Will be starting back up too. My one with my buddy Colin Ball. If you guys were a fan of that, it is the Corner Chair podcast. That'll be starting back up either this Thursday or next. Colin and I kind of get on the same page. So that show is there. This show is there. My tutorials are there. And of course, that's where Patreon is. You can click on that Patreon link. Just a reminder, right at this very end, Patreon is a great way to kind of give back to your community. And not just to me. Go look on Patreon, because I guarantee there's people on Patreon that you love and that you watch their content. If it's not on YouTube, if it's in music, if it's teaching, a lot of people are starting to get on Patreon these days. So search through it and find the people that you really like and give back to the community. I'm going to do it tonight. Actually, I'm going to get on there and go find the few podcasts that I listen to and make sure that I am supporting them on Patreon, because it would be wrong of me to ask you guys to support me if I didn't support the people I listen to. It's got to be full circle, right? It's got to be a lot of fun. So that is the show. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next Tuesday. I might see you guys this week in a few videos. I might try and get some tutorial videos out. But until then, tech on.